Welcome back to Horns High Studios for another episode of 666 Seconds of Metal. I am here with my buddy Shane from Winnipeg. How you doing, buddy?
What's up, Pete? Doing pretty fucking good.
Hell yeah, Shane. Definitely ready to talk some metal, and you look like you're in a metal frame of mind. You came to the table with a good one tonight.
Hell yeah. Today we're fucking talking about Petrification and their newest release titled Sever Sacred Light. They're a four-piece American band hailing out of Portland, Oregon. They've previously released an EP and one full-length album titled Hollow of the Void, but, that was back in 2017 and 2018, respectively. So they've had a little bit of a hiatus here. 6 years later, they're releasing Sever Sacred Light, and that just came out on February 9th, so it's hot off the press, man.
Yeah, that is such a badass album cover. Wow. That's
just, pretty busy, very cool. So this is
like
just
Sgt. Pepper's or one of those kind of covers that reminds me of, but very dark.
Yeah, it reminds me of the Cathedral albums.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
So this is just great old school death metal. It has a slow to mid-range tempo. It's very sludgy doom feel to it at times. A little bit punky feeling at times, too. It's definitely not a doom album, though. It's more of death and roll with doom mixed in with it. A lot of times you'll get maybe a Black Sabbath feel to it or Cathedral.
Right.
So it has that kind of slower vibe. And, I'm sure fans of like Grave, Bolt Thrower, Obituary, and the various Finnish death metal bands, they'll find this album pretty enjoyable.
Yeah, I agree, dude. It's amazing. It really is good.
Petrification formed in 2014. They're a four-piece band, and they're on Svart Records. And I don't know if I'm saying that right. It's S-V-A-R-T, and I've never heard of it before.
Yeah.
So they're said they're a four-piece, but really they're only a three-piece. There's one guitarist and the vocalist. All he does is sing. So it's a four-piece, three-piece instrumental. On bass, we have a gentleman who refers to himself as Nukes. On drums, we have Mario, however you want to say it. On guitars, we have David Pruitt. And on vocals, we have Jason Barnett. And while I'm talking about Jason Barnett, the vocalist, we got to mention the cover art. That's done by him. Man. He's a very crazy artist, and he does all the cover art.
Unbelievable stuff.
They're seriously talented, and their new cover, absolutely crazy. It's an original oil painting, and you would definitely appreciate having this guy's art on record. If this is the type of thing, if I was a kid and I got a record of this, I would have smoked a joint, got high, and just stared at this shit for like an hour, picking on all the little details to it. It's all seriously creepy stuff with a demon, occult, alien insect vibe to it. He's got a very good Instagram. Go check it out. He's just got a whack of crazy shit on there. It's all very surrealistic. And the ones that I like is these sepia toned pieces. They look like an old photograph, but they have like a twist to them, like an old style photograph, but he's got these Lovecraftian tentacles coming out of the mouth or something. And it has a very Lovecraftian vibe, and it's got stuff for sale there too, so go check it out if you like surrealistic demon, occult, insect, alien tentacle art. It's great stuff.
Where are they from? Did you say? If I maybe missed it,
Portland. They're from Portland. Oregon.
Okay, all right, that's cool. Yeah, that's intense. It's just really, really killer stuff. I'm just blown away at this artist, man.
Yeah, very crazy. Musically, the album sounds great. What I first picked up about the album is the bass. The bass tone is just killer. Yeah. It really sticks out.
What was that bass player, Nukes, you said?
That's right, Nukes.
And every picture I've seen, I'm going to guess that the guy like creeping up from the rock is Nukes. Because in every picture, he's like doing something
I don't know who
funny.
that is. That's not a band member, because there's only four people in the band.
Oh, okay, because he's in every picture, that guy.
Nukes is the one who kind of, I don't know if you can see it in these pictures, but almost looks like he has a mullet.
Okay. All right. That's cool. Yeah, I was wondering if that was the guy they called Nukes. So he's just a prop in the affair. All right.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So that's what really drew me into it, was that bass. It doesn't get lost in a wall of rhythm, and it just really adds to the heaviness and the aggression of the sound. It kind of reminded me of Immortal Possession, the way the bass is.
Yeah, I would agree, man. I liked his bass tone. It definitely cut, and like you said, it had a Sabbath-y kind of feel to it. I think that's probably a big reason, because Sabbath was so bass heavy. And I'm not saying that in a negative way here. I think you just can hear it well, and it's thick, it's meaty, it's perfect for what they're doing,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
drums are great too. Very old school death metal. It's more double bass with gallops and freight train beats than it is blast beats, and it's mostly slower or mid tempo beats, but it is death metal. Does have a lot of get up and go to it, and a lot of tempo changes throughout. It's lots of sick fills and cymbal work. And I appreciate cymbal work. I don't like it when it's just all crash. I like a little bit of the ting-ting to it and mix it up a bit.
Yeah,
guitar
I agree.
tone. Yeah, guitar tone is great. It's definitely not too technical. There's some cool whammy bar stuff that hits you right off the bat, and it's not very technical. They're not reinventing the wheel here or anything, but it is just straight up good old school death metal with a death and roll feel to it. So it's nice and fat sounding with some sick doom sludge grooves. As I said, it can almost sound a bit punky at times, and it's very reminiscent of early Grave, and I can hear a little bit of Cathedral in there, and I really dig it. It's just very easy to listen to, and it's catchy.
Right.
Vocals, pure death metal, stuff. Lots of deep growls, very raspy voice, but it's mostly distinguishable. You can understand what he's saying most of the time, which is nice.
Right. Yeah, and the fact that he's the artist is really cool too.
Yeah, no, you can understand why he's not playing an instrument, because he's very talented in other areas. Like art is obviously his deal.
Yeah.
And he's the vocal. He writes the lyrics too, so
Nice.
A little bit of effects in there, keyboards or whatever, but it's barely noticeable. It adds a little bit of ambience to the start or end of a song. It's barely worth mentioning. It's not something you even remember after listening to the album, just because it blends in well.
Mm-hmm.
But it is there.
Right.
Lyrically, I really haven't got a clue what the fuck is going on here. I get a very Lovecraftian occultist vibe from it, and a lot of the artwork and the song titles have that vibe to it with it. So I'm going with that. And the lyrics for the first track, titled Twisted Visions of Creations, is available online, and it definitely has a Lovecraftian theme to it. And they also have a video for that song. Go check it out. It has a very 90s feel to it. Some of the other tracks are One Eric Obscurum, Sepulchral Legions, Seething Cosmological Dread, and Transmissions of the Unseen. So, combine that with the artwork, and it's very Lovecraftian.
Very much so. Yeah, that's cool.
It's kind of a short album, 8 tracks, 35 minutes, but I found it very enjoyable. I think as far as death metal goes, this is pretty accessible. So, if you like mid-tempo doomy, but not too doomy old school death metal, go check these guys out. Petrification, Sever Sacred Light.
Hell yeah, dude. Really great band. I'm glad you turned me on to them. Have to try to see if we can get a hold of them and maybe get them to come in and do an interview with us. That'd be cool.
That would be very cool. I'd love to hear what they're actually singing about here. Like I say, I'm pretty sure it's Lovecraftian, the ancient ones and madness going insane type of stuff.
Oh, yeah. It sounds like it. But, yeah, I'd love to get Josh on to talk about the art, too, which would be really cool. So, man, that's a great band. Glad you brought them up. So we're turning you guys on to all kinds of good metal. So we'll see you guys around next time. for 666 Seconds of Metal.
Horns fucking high.